Today's video is going to be about how my black father feels about me, his black daughter, being transgender. Oh, I want all my clothes designer. Oh. I decided to make this video because I feel like you guys deserve to know. I feel like everyone, pretty much knows that my mom is accepting of me being transgender. I do live at home with my mom and my stepfather. I'm gonna get into this video because I've seen a few nasty comments on YouTube about how my father feels about me being transgender. Is he ashamed? Shouldn't he be beating me up and trying to make me more masculine? All these crazy things that I see in the comments down below, and people don't even really know what my situation is with my father or anything. For people to say anything, it just kind of makes me upset. But yeah, let's get into this video. My father, first of all, was a very loving man and an amazing father at that, and he was always there for us, and I never felt like I longed for more for a father figure. But basically, I don't have daddy issues. My dad passed away when I was 6 years old, and he was at the age of 30. He got into a motorcycle accident and caused really bad injuries to his head area, so he didn't really survive from that. It was really traumatizing, and I was very young. It still affects me because I think every day what it would be like if he was here, and I just don't have that opportunity, so I'm left thinking but not really, and that might be a little confusing, but I'm going to tell you why I say that now. Me and my father have the same birthday. I was born on his birthday. Him and my mom were on a date for his birthday. She went into labor while they were eating, and then they went to the hospital. I was born. It was his birthday. We have the same birthday, obviously, so that's another connection that we have, which is really cool because I've never heard anybody have the same birthday as one of their parents. That's strange. That's really strange, but it's a good strange. I was born, and then the doctor discovered something interesting about me. He said that my hormone levels were imbalanced, and I had more estrogen than testosterone. My parents had the option of making me grow up as a female or a male, and they chose male. So what they did was they put me on a hormone replacement therapy. So yes, I've been on hormone replacement therapy before because I was on testosterone growing up, but then my mom eventually stopped giving it to me. I didn't find this out until I decided to come out as trans to my mom, and then she finally told me. She explained. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel like I've been hiding this from you all your life and blah 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 blah." Because growing up, I always felt very feminine, and I knew that, I was a girl when I was younger, but I was just always confused when people would tell me, "No, don't do this," or "No, don't do that." It's these things, I'm supposed to do these things. I'm a female, I'm supposed to play with Barbies and wear pink and be upset if you put me in boy clothing, because you're confusing me, because all I think is female, female, female. I'm supposed to be over there with them, and I'm over here with them, the boys, and it's why am I over here? I'm supposed to be here. It just was very mind-boggling to be told no for a lot of those things. But then after I came out as trans, getting back onto the topic because I seem to get off topic a lot, after I decided to come out as transgender, my mom ended up telling me that that was the case, and that I was born basically a girl, and I could have been a girl this whole time. My parents decided together otherwise. They wanted a boy. Growing up, I had all these feelings and just things, and wondering why I was always wanting to be around the girls and wanting to do this and that. I would sit there and watch my mom get her hair done and just duplicate what she's doing on a Barbie doll head, on my mom's head, the hairdresser. Very, very good memories. I remember this very clearly. I was watching my mom get her hair braided by her braider, and I started doing it on the weave that was on the floor. So I caught on super fast, and it was just natural to me. And, you know, being feminine, it's just like, that's what I embody. That's me. That's who I am. I don't have a masculine bone in my body. I never did. So it's like, you know, my father knew that. And, you know, he knew I was different. And he loved me regardless. He told my mom, like, like, he at the time, he's different. But I still love him. And he's always going to be my child. I'm like completely sure that, you know, my father would be accepting of me being transgender and me being his daughter and not his son anymore. A lot of people are always saying like, oh, like what would your father feel like if he saw you like this, and what would he say to you, what would he do to you? It's like, well, he would love me, he would treat me like his daughter, and, you know, he wouldn't try and change me. He would just accept me for what I was and, you know, support me regardless. All these people saying like, oh, you know, what would he do, blah, 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 this, all that. It's like, you know, you can continue to say what you want to say, but at the end of the day, you know, it's my father, not yours. And, you know, I really tried so hard not to like have to make this video, but, you know, people just don't get it. And like, I feel like I have to like voice something about it now, because if I don't, it's just going to keep getting worse, and people are just going to keep talking their mess. People are going to talk their mess regardless. But, you know, I could do my very best to like answer their questions since they're so curious. You know, and it's funny because my father would watch me play with like toys and stuff when I was younger. And, you know, he would kind of just like let me. And, you know, he just knew I was different. He loved me anyways. And, you know, I miss him a lot. I was 6 years old when he passed away. So that's very young. I have very little memory of him because I was always mama's girl when I was younger, because, you know, I just gravitated more to that gender expression, you know, identity anyways. I was like, okay, well, I belong here, you know. My parents love me. My stepfather loves me too for who I am. He calls me his daughter. He calls me Dawn. Like, you know, I really have no problem like with my family. One day I hope to bring them on my channel, just because it'll be cool to hear their opinion on this rather than hearing it come from my mouth. You guys can hear it come from their mouth, so you know it's not like all BS. To just sum it all up, my father loves me, and he wouldn't have cared if I was transgender or not. He'd be there to support me regardless. People think because I'm black, you know, obviously my father's black, so, you know, they think, oh, he's going to be like aggressive, like what is his behavior going to be like? It always runs the possibility, because like, you know, like I said, black men have this hyper masculine thing about them, and that's completely fine. Not all of them are crazy, but, you know, my father was a loving man and would have accepted me. So that's to answer all of you guys' questions. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, it's a very emotional topic for me. So yeah, it was very, very hard to come on here and share this with you guys, but I feel like you guys deserve to know. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get notifications for when I post. I'll leave all my social media down in the description box below so we can be friends and talk outside of YouTube. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. I just hit 8K on YouTube, and that's all you guys. That's all you guys. I wouldn't be where I am with this YouTube thing without all of you. I really appreciate all of you guys. Honestly, I really want you guys to know that. Have a good night or day wherever you are in the world, and I'll talk to you guys later. Mwah.